Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are doing the weekly readings for August 25th to the 31st, and today we're looking at Taurus. Alright Taurus, my regulars know the drill. If you're a new watcher to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. We're going to pull out 3 romance angel messages, 3 animal spirits, and then we'll get into the forecast for the week. We have healing family issues. All right, Taurus, chemistry, strong attraction. And we have love yourself first. So your self-respect makes you attractive to others. Very nice cards for the week. You may resonate with some or all of them. You may not resonate with any of the romance messages. But of course, take what resonates and enjoy throwing the rest away. We're going to pull out 3 animal spirits that you may also resonate with, or that may be representative of various personalities that you're dealing with this week, or the people that you're interacting with, what animal spirits they may be embodying this week or walking with this week. All right. Show us Taurus. And we have Phoenix. Beautiful. All right, the Phoenix, associated with the first chakra. Beautiful energy. We have the Stingray, water energy. Interesting. Stingray is a very rare animal spirit to come up in the readings. And then we have the earthworm, also a rare animal to come up in these readings. It is obviously earth spirit animal associated with the alchemical symbol for earth. So let's quickly review these animal spirits before we get into the actual reading. So of course the Phoenix is associated with life and death and rebirth. It is associated with the very first chakra, the base of the spine. Okay, the Muladhara, or our root chakra. All right, and so of course we talk about freedom from suffering. We talk about burning off past karma, reincarnation. So when the Phoenix comes into your life, it can certainly indicate freedom from the past, transforming the past, burning off karma and starting a new stage in your life. Burning off impurities as well through various dharma and practice like yoga and meditation. The essence of the Phoenix is within all of us, and when we realize we've been suffering too long, it's time to sort of rise out of that suffering, right? And so the Phoenix talks about, comes into our life basically at a time when we have, we may have had enough, right? We may have had enough paying the price for something that we've maybe had to burn off karmically. Let me just fix my camera real quick. All right. I'm just going to bring this. There we go. All right. So, and it's a very beautiful card to come in because it talks about living consciously rather than unconsciously. It's certainly a waking up. And a time of kind of rebirth, right? When we all go through various rebirths in our life, and so the Phoenix certainly can indicate that. Now the Stingray is a water animal spirit, and it's a very interesting animal spirit because it is certainly associated with extrasensory perception. It's associated with having a sense of self, right? Self-confidence, a spine. You can see the spine of the Stingray there with the rainbow colors, right? Also indicating that you are in touch, that you are opening up your conduit, right? Meaning that your chakras are opening up, you're opening yourself up to a fuller you, but you're doing it with a sense of confidence. You're doing it with a real sense of growth, personal growth, right? This is usually a pivotal time in your life. When a Stingray shows up, it can indicate a very pivotal time in your life where you kind of really mature. You could be maturing emotionally, you could be maturing spiritually, but you've certainly found your voice in some kind of way. and you're deciding that it's time to take that voice and run with it in a way, right? It's time to decide between the old, easy, comfortable you and maybe the new, challenging, uncomfortable, maybe unfamiliar you, right? But it is worth it because you're branching into new territories of yourself, but you're doing it in a very self-confident and very conscientious way. Now we have the earthworm, which is, of course, earth energy. And the earthworm is very shy and hesitant and reluctant to share its inner vision. All right. The earthworm can indicate somebody who's just very newly becoming self-confident. You're just now coming out of a period of sluggishness, a period of hiding, of being in the ground and away from the light, slowly coming out into the light. It can indicate somebody who's just now beginning to open up certain sides of themselves or look at different sides of themselves. Someone who may be newly encountering more spiritual areas of life, right? And there's this kind of awakening, but they still feel very they still have a low not necessarily low self-esteem, but they just lack a bit of confidence, right? They may be a little bit intimidated by some of the challenges that are coming their way. This could also indicate, for instance, if you're starting a new career or you're starting a new path in life, and you're just feeling a little bit of trepidation, a lack of confidence, and it's time to, and it's really, doesn't really say anything in terms of that, that's not good or bad. We all have periods. It just indicates when the earthworm energy comes into your life, it just more indicates that you're in that kind of space right now. And that's okay. We all grow out of that space. There's no need to say that, how you should or shouldn't be, because lacking self-confidence or being shy or perhaps at times we are all intimidated, right? We can all be intimidated by starting a new job, starting school, starting, various things in our lives. All of these things can be intimidating to us. Starting a new relationship sometimes, right? And it's not, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means that, it's something to be aware of. And certainly it's beautiful that you have stingray and earthworm together because they work very well together in that way. Right, the stingray can certainly bring a sense of self-confidence and intention to the earthworm. So let's pull out your various forecasts for the week, Taurus. See what's going on with our lovely Taurus this week. Of course, this is a general forecast in love, life, and career. And let's get right into it. We have 10 of Pentacles, Temperance energy, Sagittarius, and 5 of Swords coming in. All right. So 10 of Pentacles, some of you, you've reached a very contented place in life, right? Everything is as it should be. You have your family structured the way you want it. You may have your career exactly where you want it, right? But there is something going on that may threaten that kind of sense of stability, that contentment. It could be some old family issues. When we have healing family issues as a message on the spread, this can certainly indicate with this 10 of Pentacles and this 5 of Swords here. We're talking about a power struggle, right? 5 of Swords talks about somebody who isn't really playing fair, right? There is a power struggle. There's a sense of competition, and someone may be using sort of underhanded means to win. They're not really playing by the same rules that everyone else is. Everyone's disgusted with their behavior, right? And so also you have Temperance coming in. So I think that this week something may be going on with some of you Tauruses to do with the family or your social group that is causing you to have to exercise a lot of temperance. You may be the one to be called on to mediate because of your ability to temper yourself. But certainly this power structure does have an indication of possibly threatening your contentment at home. And so this is what makes me feel like this could certainly be a family issue. In any case, this is this is certainly a scenario that involves people very close to you. All right. And of course, this is all going to come out this week. Let's move these down just a little bit. Emperor energy, Aries, death, and we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so some of you, wow, Taurus. Some of you are certainly dealing with a separation or a change in a relationship. Again, I want to say this is also to do with family issues, healing family issues, because I don't believe that either of these Emperor or Queen of Wands is actually representative of you, right? I think this is a scenario that you're going to be dealing with this week. It could be that your parents may be going through a divorce, or there may be a split between two of the very significant figures in your family, right? There's certainly a war of the roses in a way going on here, right? We have two fiery individuals, male, masculine, and female, and then we have the death card in between. So there's a fundamental transformation happening in someone's relationship, but this is a relationship between two very powerful, fiery individuals, right? Two very strong individuals. And so if you may of course be involved in a in this scenario in terms of you may be resonating with the Emperor or the Queen of Wands, but I think more than anything this is certainly something that again is going to come to your doorstep in terms of dealing with this, because if both of these people I believe are someone either in your family very close to you, and this transformation between the two of them in this relationship, or this change of their relationship, is affecting everyone in the family. All right. And it could very well be that you're the one who's the first one called to sort of mediate or to deal with it, to spread the news, right? Or you're the one who's tasked with the responsibility of kind of managing all of this. Ace of Wands, Eight of Swords, and Queen of Cups. So some of you are starting a new relationship. Somebody has come in. There's a huge amount of chemistry, sexual energy between the two of you. Ace of Wands, of course, is the great phallic symbol in the deck. So it can indicate of course, Ace of Wands can indicate new passions, new inspiration coming in. It could indicate the start of a new project, but oftentimes it also indicates a new attraction with somebody that is highly sexual, that, a high level of chemistry, right? Chemistry being on the board. And it's interesting because we have an Eight of Swords, and I think somebody's really going to be put out by this. Somebody's going to be upset or play the victim. I think that some of you may this new kind of sexual tension that's coming into your life, this chemistry, this relationship that may be starting off, is causing somebody else to be really upset. They don't like you necessarily splitting your time with them and another person, right? This could be a friend who's overly attached to you. This could be a child that you have that is kind of unable to deal with you moving on in terms of your life with another person, right? And so you're being called. This could certainly also indicate another lover in your life who constantly is maybe that toxic person that's always like trying to get your attention just as you're ready to move on. But in any case, I want to say that somebody can see that you're being turned on by somebody else, and they want to come in like the victim and take your attention away. This is going to cause you to kind of get into your Queen of Cups this week, in a sense that you want everyone to be happy. You don't want there to be unnecessary tension, and I think you're going to be kind of caught having to deal with this person, this kind of I wouldn't say this person is not so much a gaslighter, but certainly a real victim, a real like play the victim card type of individual. And you're going to be feeling very much like you have to, quiet their feelings and quiet their anxiety at the same time as also enjoying this new connection. Judgment, the Tower, and Seven of Wands. Wow. All right. So for some of you, there's a huge change that has come into your life. a transformation. And this could also be as well because you have... I believe if you're dealing with family issues, again, also for those of you who have chosen to love yourself first, because judgment is very much connected to loving yourself first, loving yourself at all. Letting go of judgments you have about yourself, hang-ups we have, self-esteem issues, baggage that we carry, this idea of, a lot of us, we're very self-deprecating in this society. We're very quick to judge others. We're also very quick to judge ourselves and be very unforgiving towards ourselves. And judgment talks about coming out of that and learning that, or at least accepting that we're all human, accepting that you're human, right? And so loving yourself first. And this also can cause, interestingly enough, once you make this decision to look out for yourself and maybe to let go of some guilt that has been misplaced on you, it may cause a real rift in the family or in a relationship. I want to say this is also to do with healing family issues, because this desire to move forward in your life in a positive way and with self-love is really, it's going to upset sort of the apple cart in a way, right? It's going to upset, everything, the system that has been put in place by whatever family dynamic, right? It could be that you're coming from a very toxic family that's used to blaming you for a lot of things, and the fact that you decide to no longer shoulder that blame kind of upsets everyone. It kind of throws off the power dynamic, and it changes everything. Certainly changes everything you thought you held true about you and about perhaps your relationship with your family, and you find yourself at the end of the week kind of defending yourself with Seven of Wands. Or at least at some point during the week, you find yourself having to come up with very creative ways to sort of stand your ground and to defend the fact that you've chosen to love yourself first. Because after all of this shakeup happens as a result of some of the actions that you take from this, right? There's definitely going to be some clapback, some pushback from certain members or certain individuals in your life. And you do find yourself really much in kind of like a battle to make sure that you protect yourself and you protect your goals and dreams for your life, because you finally decided enough is enough. We have the Three of Pentacles, 8 major arcana strength, and we have 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. So some of you have some of you have been really doing very well in your career with this Three of Pentacles. You've been starting to get some accolades, right? But I want to say that you're having to exercise a lot of strength, because at the same time you've lost a kind of power struggle with someone where it's left you really having to pick up the pieces. 5 of Pentacles can indicate a loss of a power struggle with someone that not only hurts you emotionally, but also causes you to sort of have to take a financial hit, or a hit to your material status or abundance level. Right? And so now you're kind of not only having to rebuild emotionally, but you're having to rebuild financially. And it's really kind of insult to injury type of card. But it's interesting because at the same time that this has happened on one front, on another front, your career is going very well and your career is increasing. So right now, this week, it could be that you're really being called on to exercise a lot of strength, right? A lot of fortitude. Because you're being called to kind of deal with getting a hit, but at the same time remaining confident and going forward, because things are slowly getting better on this other frontier with your career. So just try your best to keep plugging away, because this week is going to be hard for you. But ultimately, this 5 of Pentacles scenario had to have happened. It's going to put you in a better place. And certainly with Stingray energy here, it could be very much a case of like, here you stood your ground. You showed a spine. You stood your ground. And so it happened in this way that maybe for now you may have to pay the price. But ultimately later on, you're going to find out that this was the best thing that could have happened. 6 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and 7 of Swords. So this is going to be the last spread. Six of Wands talks about you having a little bit of a victory this week, right? Interestingly enough, again, a lot of these cards I want to say have really had to do with, certainly have had to do with healing, family issues, and perhaps also some career issues. Here we have on the last spread a Six of Wands. So some of you are going to get a very public sort of vindication, right? It could be that you held your ground in a certain area at work and now it's coming out that you were right. Or this could also be in your social circle that now, you know, you're being sort of vindicated on some kind of issue where everyone thought you were the bad guy, that sort of thing. You're getting your backbone back with that stingray energy coming in, right? But at the same time, although this victory, remember Six of Wands is a short-lived victory. It's just a small battle that's been won, not necessarily the war. It does indicate a movement towards harmony because Six of Swords, six is associated with moving towards harmony. However, don't, you know, take care because there is a warning in this card not to forget that the war is still going on in the sense that you still need to keep pushing away to your ultimate goal. And this is just a very small victory on a long road, right? Also, as a result of some of this attention that you're getting, I think you're going to feel this week that for some reason, you're going to feel that maybe your financial or your professional career level, your status level, the stability of it may be threatened a little bit. You may feel like it's being threatened a little bit. We have a Seven of Swords. So that means somebody is working behind the scenes against you. They're working behind the scenes to covet your success. It could be that as well, because of some of this very public sort of adoration and vindication you're getting, that you've made somebody very jealous, or that you've really upset someone, that you got the, perhaps maybe you got the promotion and they didn't. So take care, because behind the scenes this individual is going to intentionally work against you. This is Seven of Swords energy, right? That's the thief in the night. And oftentimes this is the person who's very close to you. And this is certainly a time where you need to take care to protect the stability of your finances, protect the stability of your career, because just because you had this little victory does not mean to say that you are not still vulnerable and open to sort of attacks of this nature, like Seven of Swords attacks, where you have to be very, very careful. All right. So this is your reading for the week, Taurus. This is your weekly forecast for August 25th to the 31st. If it resonated with you in any way, please like and subscribe, share the video. Do comment below. I love the comments. I do respond to all the comments. Check out the soulmate readings that should be up as well today. Most of them are up. I believe about 8 of them are up. The other 4 will be up after these weeklies. If you want to get a private reading, follow the link at the top of the screen. Or you can also check me out on Facebook and Instagram. But for right now, guys, I'm going to say have a wonderful week, Taurus. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.